Welcome back to Girl Talk. It is the final moment where we're finally gonna talk about this wonderful kitchen that we're in today. And we have Kate with us, she's a designer here. Thanks so much for having us today.
Yes, thanks for coming.
Okay, so I'm really excited about this topic because viewers might be like me, unless maybe they have more knowledge, but I'll see pictures of different kitchens that I really like, and maybe they look totally different, but I don't really know my style or the technical name, or maybe it's, you know, merging two styles together.
Yep.
But we're going to talk today about this kitchen and kind of how it compares and contrasts to other styles, and this is traditional, right?
Yeah, I would consider this kitchen to be pretty traditional.
Okay.
There's several aspects that either make a kitchen traditional or more contemporary. A lot of people come in and they don't know what their style is.
Yeah.
So it's all about us asking them questions and trying to
So
get
it's not
that out
just
of
me?
them.
You're not
It's
alone.
not-
Okay. Good.
A lot of people will say their style is kind of a combination, and we like to use the term transitional.
Okay.
To kind of reflect that combination of traditional and modern.
That sounds nicer than eclectic.
Yes, eclectic is kind of a mismatch of styles, but transitional is a little bit more tailored in the fact that it's just a really great combination of traditional and modern.
And just for people like us, I think, and I'm similar to you, I'll see
Yeah.
something that I like and say, ooh, I'd like that. If I was to redo my kitchen, I would like this kind of countertop and that kind of cupboard.
Yeah.
And if they, didn't go together, you could consider that transitional. But you all are here to help us know that it's not clashing transitional. It's just transitional and okay or not okay.
Right, and it's okay to mix styles. I mean, I think everyone, that reflects your personal style, and I think that's great to kind of show your uniqueness through the design.
So Kate, let's pick out a few details that are around us and that make this traditional, I guess.
Okay, so the first detail I want to point out is going to be the cabinet doors. So these cabinet doors are it has a raised panel.
Okay.
That's a pretty traditional cabinet style.
Raised panel meaning it's
Yes, so the panel that's right in the center of the cabinet, that is actually protruding forward.
Oh, okay, sure.
And opposite of that would be more of a shaker style or a flat panel door.
Okay, and both of them would be wood always, or?
Typically, yes. Typically, more your traditional style kitchens are going to be more of the wood material, whereas more of your contemporary style is going to be like your high gloss foils, your acrylics.
Okay.
That's more of a modern style.
And then does the grain of wood, or like, mahogany versus cedar versus pine, that kind of thing, does that fit into all traditional, or does that vary depending on?
Yeah, your traditional style, I would say it's not too much determined by the wood species.
Okay.
It's definitely more of the door style.
Okay.
So you could do cherry, you could do maple, alder. All of that can be more of a traditional style kitchen, as long as it's typically more of a raised panel.
It's interesting because I would have guessed darker wood.
Me too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Learning
and
stuff all
the
day.
stain, I mean, definitely the stain can affect the aesthetic and can change it to more of a contemporary style. But the door style, I think, is the number one feature that really differentiates a kitchen style.
Sets the tone, probably.
Yeah.
Funkin'.
And staying on cabinets for just a moment longer, even the hardware, I suppose.
Yes, the hardware, definitely if you get more of a sleek, like dimensional rectangle, that's going to be more contemporary than if you're doing more of, say it's more of like a hammered metal, or a little bit more of a curvature to it.
Okay. What would you call the one that's on?
This one is
These.
actually an example of the hammered metal. So it definitely has more kind of an antique finish to it.
Yeah.
It's more of
I
a
like
pewter
that.
color. So again, that's going to be more traditional than it is contemporary.
It feels old-fashioned and kind of like you would find
Yeah.
it in a fancy old home or something.
Yep, exactly. And
Yeah,
then
it's beautiful.
what else really makes this kitchen more of a traditional style is going to be the corbels. So these are all just
know what that
aesthetics. They serve no functional purpose, but that's a pretty traditional style there,
Okay.
as well as like a turn post or a column. And we have a
Okay.
couple of those here in this kitchen.
So much to learn. I'm never going to look at kitchens the same. Whenever I go to someone's
That's
house, I'm going
what
to say,
I
know
love
what
about
that
you
is.
guys, though, because when I don't know, you're probably like this too. When I see a kitchen, I'm like, I just like it, and I don't necessarily see, oh, the panels are raised on the cabinets, and that's what I like.
But you will now.
Yeah.
Right, now I will.
You'll never
and
be
it's
able to
nice
not
that
see
you
it.
guys can bring that level of detail, I think,
Yeah.
and kind of help people connect the dots.
And I have a lot of clients that send me a couple of inspiration images from
Yeah.
either Pinterest or House, and they're like, I like this kitchen. I don't know what about it I exactly like, but I know I like it. And so it's our turn to kind of go through those photos and see what they have in common that is kind of drawing that person to that style.
That's probably really helpful to you as
Yes.
a designer. To
It
see.
is. Yeah, we're definitely visual people, and I think a lot of our clients are. So more inspiration photos they can send us, we can kind of depict what they really like.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
like you said, you know, you don't not necessarily know what it is about a kitchen that you like, but you like the feeling, which is so
Yeah.
important because the kitchen is the most important room in the house. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
use
where
it daily.
people gather at parties. That's where you sit and eat often, or prepare your food for your children, or you know. So it's very important to have it a place that you feel great, right?
Absolutely.
How do appliances fit in?
Good question.
Yeah.
Stainless steel? Or
Stainless steel is definitely here to stay. It's not going out of style. They have so many different stainless steel versions now. So they even have more of like a slate color stainless steel. GE has a great slate color.
Is that the one that doesn't get the prints on it?
Yeah, they have
Nice.
a lot
Love
of
that.
more high-tech stainless steel, so you're not going to see all the fingerprints and smudges.
I love
Some
that.
are magnetic, some are not. Some only the sides are magnetic. And they also have more of a black stainless steel.
I like those, yes.
So it's really what you want your house to kind of feel like. A lot of people love the stainless steel, then others are like, oh, it's a little too cold for me.
Yeah.
I want to stick with my my white refrigerator.
Yeah.
So what would you do with a traditional kitchen?
Yeah, traditional kitchens, most likely we do stainless steel today. Again, most appliance companies sell mostly stainless steel. And it depends what they're going to choose for their sink. If they want to do more of a stainless steel look on their sink, oftentimes we do that, recommend that for their appliances as well. If they're doing more of like a cast iron sink or like a granite composite sink, such as a Blanco, you can play more with colors for that, and sometimes they want to stick with more of a panel-ready fridge and they want it to be concealed behind cabinets. So a lot of traditional kitchens, it's either stainless steel or more so of a panel over their fridge.
So if somebody's watching this and is thinking, I want a traditional kitchen or something, they like something in this kitchen, how do they get started with you guys?
Yes, so you can just give us a call right here at Bella Domicile in our showroom, or you can just stop in. We have a beautiful showroom, as you all know. You've been here several times to just see all different styles of kitchen.
Perfect.
And we really try to show a lot of contemporary styles versus traditional and transitional in between.
Bring your Pinterest board.
Bring the Pinterest board.
I love it. Kate with Bella Domicile, thanks for having us
Thank
today.
you. Thanks for coming.
And thank you to all of our guests, and thank you for watching. You can find us next time right here on Girl Talk, only on Wisconsin's 57 television.